Life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And along the way, we all stumble, learn, and keep going.
Welcome to Running Ahrens, a podcast about navigating marriage, parenting, business, faith, and all the unexpected detours that come along with it.
We're Justin and Sarah Ahrens, partners in life, business, and raising 4 incredible kids.
For over 30 years, we've been figuring things out as we go. Sometimes successfully, and sometimes, well, not so much.
But that's the beauty of hindsight. We're here to share the lessons we've learned, the wins, the failures, and the moments that have shaped us.
Through honest conversations, special guests, and maybe even a few stories from our kids, we'll explore what it really takes to grow, adapt, and move forward.
So whether you're running a business, a household, or just running late,
You're in the right place. Let's do this together.
we're glad you're here. Welcome to Running Ahrens. Kelly,
Justin.
it is
And Sarah.
And Sarah, it is so good to have you at our home. How long has it been? We were trying to figure this out. Has it been 5 years?
Oh, man. It's been a long time. I think
Yeah.
it's been at least 5. Sarah, it's been even longer since I've seen you.
Yeah, because it was pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. Yeah.
Do you have the same thing? Like, COVID's messed up my time.
It has absolutely, it has interrupted the timeline. It has created a rift, I would say.
There we go.
And it has really altered my reality. Like, I have a harder time holding on to it
Yeah.
than I did.
I
pre-
definitely
COVID.
had things like pre-COVID, post-COVID.
Yes. But I feel like there seems to be some missing chapters.
Oh, yes.
And the memories might be there, but somehow the time is missing. The time's missing. It's
Someone
gone.
asked, you remember when we did this thing? And I was like, we never did
We
that
never did
thing.
this thing.
And they're like, we did. Here's pictures. I'm like, oh, wow, we did that thing. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's gone. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't even remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was nuts.
Let's start at the beginning. You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very good place to start.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
You teed that one up.
Were you born in Illinois?
I was born in Ohio,
Okay.
Toledo, Ohio.
Go Mud Hens.
Grew up a Mud Hens fan,
Okay.
eating Tony Pacos, pickles, and hot dogs,
Yeah.
chili dogs. Good times.
And your family, was it conservative, liberal?
Very conservative. I grew up in I'm sorry, I laugh. That's like totally inappropriate laugh. Affect. I grew up in a very conservative, evangelical, I would say prosperity gospel driven kind of environment. I was in religious school my whole career from pre-K through high school, and then I went to Wheaton College, which is an incredibly conservative, rigid.
Really?
Oh, yes. So yes, so I grew up I was a part, I would say, of the religious far right.
Got it.
That's how I was
And-
reared.
Forgive me, I can't remember. You're one of how many?
5.
5.
Yeah, number 4 or 5.
All right. Are you close to your siblings?
Well, that's an interesting question. You want me to just dive right in? Because that opens up a whole box of worms.
You can stay at 10,000 feet if you want. It's up to you.
Oh, I don't care. No, I'm not.
Okay.
We don't talk currently. I am estranged from them,
Okay.
or I have set a boundary that they will not abide by.
Got it. And we'll uncover what
Okay,
that
yeah.
boundary is. I
Yeah.
have a
Say it
That
like-
boundary
Yeah,
work
yeah.
so damn
How
hard,
part 2. Yeah, no kid.
but so necessary.
Yes. Yeah, it's hard, man.
It is,
It is
and
hard. It's hard.
And so to clarify how we got connected, I met you in 1999.
It was probably 2000.
I don't think so, because you were working at
Because-
Tyndale.
Okay, I started to say I was working at Tyndale in 1999.
Yeah.
So maybe yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you came and worked for Justin.
I begged him to take me with him
Yeah.
when he left.
and
I did. I was like, oh, I will empty your trash cans.
and you set
You
up
don't?
shop in the office in our house.
I did.
And we're part babysitter for Mackenzie and part, I don't even know.
See, it's
I was scorned for my extreme lack of graphic design knowledge and my horrifying use of fonts.
yeah, and all of that was terrible. No doubt. No, all of that was terrible.
No doubt about it.
But that's not how I remember that. I thought I had to talk you into it.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. Maybe we had to figure out how to make it work, but I think I had already left Tyndale. I'm trying to think of how it all came together. I can't remember. I might have already left Tyndale.
Okay.
And I was maybe working at Wheaton College or something, or I don't know.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
originally
yeah.
from that.
Yes, that's what it was. You did pull me away from that.
at that time, to the best of my memory, were you married then?
I was.
Okay, so you're married. You had not had kids yet.
No kids.
And you were still in a band.
I was a backup singer in my ex-husband's band.
Okay.
What's the name of said band?
White Oak.
White Oak.
Wait a second. I thought you were a lead singer. Did you have your own band?
In college, I was the lead singer, but he didn't like my voice, so I was the backup singer.
Okay. So in college, let's talk about your college band. Because was it ska like?
It was actually ska.
Yeah.
It
Look
was
at my
ska.
memory.
Yeah, good job.
F
So
you,
sorry about it.
COVID. Yeah.
Proud of you.
Gwen Stefani.
Yes, exactly. Me and Gwen Stefani. The year was 1996, maybe.
Oh, those were the
We pulled together.
Alanis
It's so
Morissette,
ridiculous.
Fiona
It's fun.
Apple,
We had a
and
good time.
Angry Women. And
Boy,
Yes,
here's
yes,
what I remember
yes.
that I was going to use this phrase. Let me qualify it. What I was so attracted to.
No, I saw you going on the forehand, and I was like, "Where are you going?"
By the way, Justin is my brother.
what I was so admired about you
Better
was,
word. Good job.
thank you, was that you were always creative, although you didn't give yourself credit for it.
That's true.
And what I absolutely loved about you is you're unabashedly you. Not as much as you wanted to at times.
Yes, that's also true. But
Because you had a good governor at times, but sometimes you would whip that thing off, and and I might have
in safe spaces, man. You created a safe space. That's powerful. That's really that matters. That matters.
I also gave you a ton of crap just to see if I can push your.
Well, that helps to create the safe space.
Yeah, that's a big brother. That's
Like,
a big brother.
Oh yeah, I felt like home. Oh, you're abusive. Great. I'm in.
That is not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Wow, you guys been dark.
Okay, so
You can edit that out.
yeah. No, we'll keep that in. So you were with Sarah and I when you started Rule 29.
I was, yes.
And we had Mackenzie that first year, because what better time to start a business and start a family?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you guys, I was actually thinking this, and I hope that this is not overstepping, but this just popped into my head. It wasn't Mackenzie. You had a miscarriage before Mackenzie.
After.
Oh,
It was
wow.
me and Jackson. Yeah, it was.
Okay, so what Mackenzie then?
Yeah, with Mackenzie. And then I had a miscarriage in June. She was like a year old.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So rough, Sarah.
That was a rough one. That was not in my plan.
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not in my
I
plan.
so relate to this. All the grieving of the lost plan has been a massive
But
thing.
I will have to say, there was a woman in my life at that time who spoke a word to me that was so wise. I did not appreciate it at the time. It actually pissed me off. But she said to me, Sarah, so many people said ignorant things. I know this is not what our podcast is about, but so many people said ignorant
This
things
is important
to me.
Yes.
And she said, Sarah, you don't understand this right now. And I know. But when you meet your next baby, you'll understand why you had to follow this path. And that was Jackson.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
And she had about 4 or 5 miscarriages.
Yeah.
But all that to say, that's like the wisdom of someone who's been the road before you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot that you were around for that. I did not know how to behave in that space. I did not know how to behave there.
Especially because we just don't have the framework to talk about it either in our culture, in our society, there's no space to talk about miscarriages.
No,
and to be super transparent, I didn't know how to support it.
Yeah, sure.
Not to let me off the hook on that, but I didn't support. We don't ever talk about it.
Yeah, it's a very, I don't even have the language in my own mind to think about it. I don't ever think I processed it, probably, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. Seriously. Thank you.
Yeah. We didn't know each other at the time, but I had 2 miscarriages before my first child was born.
It's just devastating. You feel broken.
100%.
You feel like, this is extreme. This is what I'm here on earth to do. I know more than
That's what we were programmed to believe.
Yes.
That's what we were taught.
And I was convinced we'd never have another baby. Then look what happened.
Thy cup overfloweth, my darling. You have done well.
Yes.
I feel like I should make a
fruitful and multiply.
Your prowess. It's
probably not the right time.
Your boys can swim.
Yeah.
Don't ever doubt the power of Aaron's sperm, kiddo.
So
You warn your sons. P.S.
I will cut that part.
100%.
So you worked with us for a while, and then
I worked with you for a while. I decided that I wanted to go back and study art. That was part of it. I'm trying to, now I'm like, my timeline is all mixed up. I was working at Wheaton when I left you. I left you to go work at Wheaton because I wanted to study art.
That's right.
And when I came to you, I was working at Tyndale, and I begged you to let me come with
Got
you.
it.
Find me a place, I'll do anything.
Yeah, that's right. And thank you.
Dear God,
Well, again for that, because you were amazing.
That's nice of you.
Are amazing.
I yes, there were things.
I'm just so like amazed at like my complete lack of thinking it was at all normal to just start a business in our house.
100%.
Someone in my house and taking care of my child while I go to
100%.
work.
Totally, no problem.
I mean, Kelly, if you remember, I left you sometimes with Mackenzie to go to a business meeting.
Here's the thing: is I feel like there should be more of this cross community ecosystem within a structure of wealth generation. Like, why not incorporate the family into the business when it is needed and when it makes sense? I was super happy to chill and hang with Mackenzie. It was super fun.
Yeah, and she had her bouncy seat.
Yeah, it was great. She was fine. I was just like making ugly trifolds that Justin was gonna rip me apart for later. I don't know what I'm doing. You tell me to design something. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. But no, it was awesome. It was good.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there's a lot of rigidity in the way we understand the compartments of our lives. And that's something that I dream of differently. That there would be, I love metaphor.
Yes, you do.
And I speak in metaphor a lot. And this is one that I use often I found this to be so powerful, so many different applications that have you studied biology at all? Do you know that
I was a biology major.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. So do you know, you're talking about cellular structure. If you look at a plant cell versus an animal cell, the cellular wall that houses a plant cell is rigid by nature. It holds it up. It's a system of like pipes, essentially. Plants are really like a system of giant pipes. And that's why if you freeze some plants, they turn soggy because all their cells have burst. If you freeze fruit or whatever, it turns mushy or gross or whatever. All the cells have burst. An animal cell wall is malleable. It's more amoebic or organic in its form. It's soft. It can shift. It can change. They're both semi-permeable, but I think what I love about the metaphor is just the notion that I feel like so many elements of our culture try to convince us that a plant cell structure is the way we should exist, but we are animals and we need an amorphous way of being in order to continue to be in relationship and in relationship with each other, in relationship with the earth, and just staying alive and alert and reacting and absorbing. And if you're rigid, you die. Yeah. If you're rigid, you die. And I feel like so much of the rigidity that is inherent in the way we understand industry versus home life maybe is part of what's killing us not so slowly.
Yeah. You look at severance. That's the whole.
There you go.
We can have a whole podcast about severance.
Wow. Yeah.
So let's talk about this.
Okay, Jimmy, tell me.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Wow. You got some.
So.
By the way, Justin's my brother.
Yeah. So we go different directions, and you're married at the time.
I was married at the time.
Yeah, and so I guess if as much as you're comfortable to share.
What happened? Yeah. Okay, so short story, gosh. Okay, when did we part ways? Probably
2002, 2001.
2002, 2001. Okay, I went and worked at Paper Source for a decade. Learned a ton.
For those who are listening, share a little bit about Paper Source.
Okay, so Paper Source is like an art paper store. It's if Anthropology were a craft store, I guess.
Yeah.
Ish.
That's a great comparison.
That's good.
Oh, good. It's like crafts for cool people.
Yeah.
I don't know, for artsy people.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
It's crafts with pretense. How about that?
Oh.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah,
good. Pretentious crafting. Great. But I do think
Crafter.
It is for the privileged crafter. Yes. I actually do think that it created a level of artistry that became more accessible to a broader range. Like, I actually do believe in the messaging and the purpose behind Paper Source. And the woman who started it was a magical being. And I still, with all of my heart, love her. And she was operating from some deep shadows and caused a lot of harm in just how she moved through the world, created her company and how she treated people. We would always, so her name was Sue, and we referred to her as Tsunami.
Oh.
And she was really like if you took Meryl Streep from The Devil Wears Prada and put her in Birkenstocks instead. That was Sue. It's just, she just eat us alive.
You are just like metaphor magic.
Dude, I love metaphors. I also love filmic references and random quotes. Come on. Have you met me?
Yeah.
So anyway, so Paper Source was amazing. I learned so much about business acumen. I learned so much about design. I was able to unlock artistry that was inside of me that I just had never. I grew up in a house that was science-based. I told my dad I wanted to study art, and he said, you have to do something that makes money, which is funny because earlier on, that was my senior year or junior, maybe, it doesn't matter. Earlier on in my college career, I failed a test and called home crying. He said, honey, don't worry. You don't need a college career. You are going to find a man. He'll take care of you. Say the word right now and I'll come get you. And I was like, thanks for the motivation. Goodbye. And it just lit me on fire. I was like, fuck no, I'm not going to be dependent on man. Kidding me? Said that to the wrong person. Anyways.
You can swear.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So I don't remember where we were going with that.
We were talking about
Paper Source.
Paper Source,
yes.
and your crumbling marriage.
That didn't happen yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that didn't happen for a while, actually. So I had a baby. My firstborn was born in 2008. And I kept working at Paper Source, and I was traveling a lot. I was like the visual director of visuals. So I was the go-between between the buying team and the stores, trying to figure out how to design the stores to sell the stuff that the buyers were buying. So I was traveling a ton. And I never got to see my kid. And I was like, this is so stupid. I'm spending my life. And I will also tell you that when I went into labor with my firstborn, I was finishing reports while in labor. I was like, I've got to get this stuff done before I leave. I was real healthy and stuff. Lots of good,
it feels like really good balance. Yeah, good balance.
Work-life balance, all that stuff. So when my firstborn turned 1, I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I had gone like on a cross-country 7-day trip, and I was like, I didn't see my kid. This is stupid. So I gave them notice and found out almost immediately that I was pregnant with my second. And I was like, okay, this is fun. We'll see what happens. And I grew up believing that I was supposed to be a stay-at-home mom because that's what people do, or stay-at-home parent, that's what people do. And I lived that until I started having my own thoughts. And then I was like, I don't know that being a stay-at-home parent is me. I don't know if I can do it. But at the moment when I had babies, I was like, if we were really in a space where we could go down to one income and not change our lifestyle. So there was a benefit. And I was like, if I can and I never try, will I be upset that I didn't? If I have the opportunity to be at home with these guys and I don't, like, what will that mean? And so I resigned and I stayed at home for about 18 months. And quickly realized that the systems that I would need in place, the community that I would need, the ecosystem and resourcing that I would need to be a stay-at-home parent was absolutely not what I had. I was an island. I was isolated. I was all alone in suburbia with no support. And I was losing myself, losing my mind, not a happy parent, not a healthy parent. It was rough. And so I knew that I needed to still devote to me to, like, in order, it's oxygen mask stuff.
Yeah.
Women are not taught to breathe first. We are taught to breathe last, which is really awesome.
Last.
Literally.
That is what a good mother does.
Proverbs 31, baby.
Between Beth Dutton and Proverbs 31.
I don't know if Beth Dutton. I'll have to look her up.
Look up Yellowstone.
Okay, awesome. I'll do that.
I think you'll appreciate Beth Dutton. Okay. And it'll make sense to be like, oh, yes.
Yes, here's what else. So I had always wanted to be a photographer, and I didn't even know what that meant. But I can remember the first time I saw a picture that someone I knew had made, and it like an 8x10 print from like a silver gelatin. It blew my mind. I was just like, looking backwards, I can see that it's been in my soul forever. But it took until I was in my 30s to realize, hang on a second. And that's not actually true. When I was working at Paper Source, I did have a moment where I wanted to get an MFA in photography, but I just got swept up in the life happened and all the things. So when my kids were little, I was taking pictures of them, and I did study photography in undergrad, I should say that. But so it was always in my desire, but I also found it to be incredibly unrealistic and like, how? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I took pictures of my kids when they were little, and a friend of mine said to me, "Would you let me pay you to do that for me?" And I was like, oh my God. Because I knew at the time, I was like, I need an industry. I need something. I can't go work for someone. I'm not an entrepreneur. I don't want to open a shop. I don't want a brick and mortar. What am I going to sell? What am I? I'm nothing. I'm nothing. I'm just like I know I'm talented, but I have nothing to show for it. And so it was like an aha moment. And I was like, oh my gosh, this could work. So I sunk my savings into a bunch of photo gear. I had never shot digital before. I primarily learned black and white. I didn't know what white balance was. I didn't know how to edit anything. And I bought some really good hard drives. I bought some really great glass. I bought a really solid camera body. I hung a shingle, feeling like the biggest fraud. And I told people I was a photographer. And I started taking pictures of babies and holiday cards. And that's a boon in Glen Ellen because everybody's got the family, and then the holiday cards got my logo. So the next year it was like quadruple. And I just would set up these little studios in my backyard and would spend
all
weekend.
Pop-up shops.
It was pop-up shops. I had 3 little scenes, and everybody got 30 minutes. You get time in each scene, and you pick your favorite, and it comes with 100 cards, and it's really sweet. And it's cute, little whatever.
It's like a side gig.
Yeah, it was great because there was no risk. I didn't know what I was doing. I was learning as I was going. But these people had pictures of I inherently have an eye, and I had a really good photo teacher. So I knew how to compose, and I knew how to get what I wanted. But to work a digital camera, that takes time. That's a lot of work to figure it out, or to understand how to use color. These things are like, or how to edit. I sat down with Libby, which I don't think exists anymore. Did you ever use Libby? Mm-hmm. Oh, not Libby. I'm sorry. Libby is the current library on app. I'm thinking of lynda.com.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Lynda.com, I learned.
It's LinkedIn Learning now.
Yeah.
Okay, so it still does exist.
Yes, it still does. It's just
cool.
LinkedIn Learning.
Okay, cool. So I learned Photoshop. I learned Lightroom. I learned about digital, whatever. I just taught myself. I leaned in a lot to what was available online. And while the kids were sleeping, I would teach myself, and I would make mistakes and figure it out. And it was wild. And then after a while, I'm never satisfied. I never reach it, and then I'm like, oh, good, here we go. I'm good, I'm here.
Well, it sounds like you didn't even have, for lack of better terms, a business plan to be like,
oh, I've never had a business plan. Who does that? That's
so it's not like you were going towards something.
No, I was going towards nothing.
Yeah.
I've always gone towards nothing. I feel like my career has been Harry Potter, I'm assuming, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, you know the Weasley's house?
Yeah.
The Burrow?
Oh.
I feel like that's my career. As more like,
it's
created as it's created. I don't know what's coming. I didn't have an architect. I build it as I go.
More credit.
I'm a really good builder as I goer, so it's beautiful, but there was no intention. There was no initial architecture. I didn't have any business plan.
I can meet you there because that's true.
I've been building this plane as I'm flying, and it is a gorgeous plane.
True.
But I've been building it
you're
as
also
I'm going.
talented. You've always had an eye.
I have been blessed with some weird access to some really powerful visual understanding or expression or creativity or whatever.
So you disagree with me.
I'm gonna own it, but I will tell you, all goodness that pours out of me is just a reflection of the divine. I own none of it. Any idea that comes out of my being, it has chosen me and alighting on me and flowing through me, but I don't create it. I'm a portal. I'm a vessel. So yes, I am incredibly talented. And the talent is, I believe, 100% available to all of us. I don't think I'm unique in any way, except that for some reason I can see it. My partner felt that when I became healthy, there was no longer space for them in our relationship, that it required my dependence on them. And It was a dissolving that took about 8 months. There was like a moment where things just started to fall apart. We were married for 18.
Oh, wow. I didn't
Until
realize you were
from
married
the
that long.
yeah, from the very first day to the very last day, I was not allowed to ask for love because it was if you say it too much, it loses its meaning. When you're asking me, you're being manipulative. So saying I love you was always an issue, always. And at the end, he told me, he said, I never loved you. I decided to marry you when I realized, and I'm pretty certain I was right, that I would never find anyone who loved me as much as you do. And I was fairly certain yours would be enough to carry both of us. And it did for a very long time.
That's
the problem,
a lot of work for you.
yes, it was a lot
Mm.
of painful work. Like it was falling apart, but essentially he stopped participating in life. He stopped going to work. He was we were living off of our private unemployment. He had been our breadwinner, the primary breadwinner for our whole marriage. But because he wasn't working when we got divorced, I was the only one making money. So I carry the brunt of the financial burden of the children. Even though he started to bounce back right away. It's been lies and just, it's been awful. It's been awful. Yeah. And to the day we separated, he was my everything. I loved him with everything in my being. He was my best friend. He's all I wanted. Yeah.
Do you want to just stop? We can do this some other time.
Yeah.
No, I don't. This feels good.
Okay.
If you guys are okay,
Yeah.
good.
So you started your business. It was growing. Where'd you and Kenny meet?
I'll just tell you the whole story. Kenny and I met on Instagram. He's a mid-century designer, furniture buyer, seller, interior designer. He finds real pieces. He's a picker, essentially. We meet on Instagram. I was buying furniture for the studio. The first time I started buying furniture from him, his wife was still alive, and Seth and I were still together. So I was buying furniture for him for years before we even met. I was following on Instagram, like Instagram chatter and like, cool chair, whatever. And then I met him I bought a Chesterfield from him. I was buying furniture from him after Seth left. I was buying furniture from him because I thought he was cute. And I was like trying to impress him. I had no money. I had no place to put this fucking furniture, but I also really I love furniture. I love chairs. I love a Chesterfield. It's gorgeous black, 100-inch black leather, original leather Chesterfield sofa. It's beautiful. It's got a little curve to it. So beautiful. So I bought it. I didn't have anywhere to put it. And that was the first time I met him in person. I was like, can you store it for me? And I was flirting hard. And he was super stoic. So I was like, okay, either he's taken, I'm definitely not his type, or he's gay. Because I was throwing it down. And it was anything.
Bringing the good stuff.
I'm like, I'm not ugly. And not that you're going to fall for me, but come on, bro.
Yeah.
He later was like, I just thought you were like a nice mom from Glen Ellen. I didn't know you were Klein. I was like, whatever, dude. I should have asked you to make out on the sofa. I was buying, like, can we make out first to make sure that I like the sofa?
No,
Right, we're going to test it out. But so anyway, so nothing happened. And I was like, okay, that's that. So that was October of 2017. February of 2018, I don't know why, but I was in my lawyer's office. It was all stressed or whatever. He posted this really beautiful Peter Vid daybed on Instagram. And I was like, holy shit, I need to know about this. Again, I have no money. I have no place to put any new furniture. I fucking bought this piece of furniture. I was buying furniture to get his attention. Who does that?
Someone who
So
wants
bizarre. Attention.
Yeah.
His specifically. But so anyway, so we start talking at 8 a.m. And all day on Instagram, it keeps going. And 10 p.m., it keeps going. The next morning, I get a video from him. And I'm still thinking about you, Kelly. And it's his feet. And it pans up. It's from his feet. It pans up to, I feel like we should be recording this. Are you recording this?
I am.
Oh, you are? Okay, good. I wasn't sure if you stopped the recording.
No, I didn't.
Okay, good. So it pans up to, oh, shoot. What is it called? What's the French bakery? Florial.
Oh.
Okay.
Pans up to Florial. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, Florial's. They have the best croissants. I love the croissants. He said, do you want me to bring you some? And I was like, you're up in Lincoln Park. I'm out in West Town. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to say no, but that's preposterous. He's okay, cool. I'll be there in 45 minutes. So he came over and he's like this. I mean, he's just wonderful. He's 6'7".
Oh, wow.
Giant man, just boisterous and giant personality and just magic. And literally from that day, there was not a day ever again that we didn't talk, connect, see each other. It was like the first day of the rest of our lives. And one thing that is really, and I mean, he was a total smartass, a lot of banter,
Yeah.
just funny, super funny. Actually, like I'm just crying, just stop. Anyway, so he's magic. But on that first day together in our long text threads, he was asking me about, oh no, he wasn't. He said something to the effect of, I like your style. You're the kind of person that you carpe the hell out of the DM. And I said, oh my God, I love that so much. I'm going to tattoo that on my neck. So when he died, I tattooed it on my neck.
Oh.
So that's what this is. It says carpe the hell out of the DM. So that's my Kenny. But so anyway, so we met on Instagram and fell in love. He has a daughter. At the time, we just became a really tight family. We moved in together. We moved into Oak Park together in the summer of 2019, right before COVID hit. And then we were our pod. I think there was a moment in time where we went 60 days without seeing another human, just the five of us together. Like it was massive bonding. And the way that he loved me gave me a power that I had never felt before. And it healed me in huge ways. And it opened my eyes to me in ways that I had never seen before. I mean, he held a mirror to me. Just look at the magnificence of you in all of your embodiment, in all of your giganticness. No one had ever said that. No one had ever celebrated my magnificence, my giganticness. Never.
It's beautiful.
So that was incredible. And through our love, both of us healed a lot. And at the end, I mean, we were on a track toward really big, powerful changes, healing processes and changes. And he is 100% right by me. I talk to him all the time. He knows who he was and sees it and is here with me through it. We've had a lot of stern conversations. I yell at him a lot, but he's here. And he is... I'm sure you guys have lost people death can be a very complicated and confusing thing when you lose someone who you love and also who was causing harm. That is a really hard thing to... My people don't have anyone. I didn't tell you what happened with my family, but my people don't have anyone. And he said, Cal, you don't have to worry. You take care of us now. I've got our future. And I stopped him and I said, Kenny, if you died for your mother, she will cut me out of every single penny. And I think it hit him like a ton of bricks. And a month later, he died.
Oh.
And a week after the funeral, on his deathbed, and Lily's mom died when she was 6. I scooped her up when she was 9. I have raised this child.
Kelly is Kenny's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have raised this child. She is my daughter. On his deathbed, his mom said to no one in particular, like in a stupor, of course you are her mother. Of course she stays with you. Of course I will take care of you guys. And I had just lost him. And I was worried I was going to lose all of them. And I just collapsed. I fell into her lap, just sobbing. But they've all disowned us. Not Lily. Lily's still a part of the family, but B and Wyatt and I have been cut out. And my family, I set the boundary because they won't use B's name.
Can you share a little bit why?
Yeah. So you mean go back to the B story?
Or just you don't have to tell the whole story.
They're non-binary. They came out when they were in freshman year of high school. Came out, and it was actually really sweet. I was not at all shocked. B has been talking about liking girls since they were probably in 3rd grade, 4th grade. And I'm pretty open about all of these things, so it's never been an issue with me. So they started talking about thinking differently early, but they also had, Oak Park is a very queer-friendly community, and all of their friends were queer. So I was like, I know you're queer, Kitty. I don't care. It's fine, whatever. So we were all sitting at the dining room table one day, and they were like, I think I want to not use gender pronouns anymore. And we were all like, okay, moving on. What'd you guys do for soccer practice? Like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it became, it's very tricky to rewire your brain to use different pronouns and a different name. And so then it just became something supportive. Like we had a quarter jar. If you mispronoun, you got to put money in the quarter jar.
Like a swear jar?
It's like a swear jar, but I did it again. So it's a rewiring now. We got to have some patience and some compassion. We're all on your side. We're all with you in this. And we got to figure out we have to relearn this. So then a couple months later, we were getting into the car. We were actually going somewhere for Kenny's birthday, going to a Bulls game for Kenny's birthday. And they said, hey, Mom, have you checked my Instagram feed today? And I was like, no. And they're like, go check it out. And so on their story, it just said, hey, guys, I want to try something for a while. From now on, call me B, like Bumble. And that was it. And they've been B ever since. And it was like, actually, they've always been B. I really, truly believe that name was given to them. It's a divine name. It's always been theirs. So my family, being incredibly evangelical and very close-minded about all non-cis hetero situations, I was also in the middle of COVID, and I don't see my family very often anyway. We're very different across all things. And so it's hard for me to be with them. And I tended to want to protect my kids from them anyway. So I didn't spend a lot of time with them anyway. So I didn't bother coming out to my family for B because I was like, why am I going to go through this issue? My mom, it's interesting because Kenny's dad passed away in January of 2022. And the obituary had B's name as B. My mom saw the obituary and just from that moment on, always called B B. Never asked. Just, this is B's name. Obviously, I will call this child B. My dad, when I told him, was very upset, did not like it. He has it, and I'm also I'm pro-trans, but my kid being non-binary is not trans. And he was just like hung up on chemical changes and hormone therapy. I'm like, Dad, we're not transitioning. Not that I would support them if they were, but we're not even hearing, not able to hear. There's only one answer, and it means this, whatever. And just really unable to have any conversation around it at all. And my siblings really said, this is devastating, and we cannot participate in it. Mm. And I said, you guys, this isn't up for discussion. My kid's name is this name. You use it or there's no relationship. And they said, you have drawn the line in the sand. If we use this name, it goes against everything Jesus taught. And I'm like, wow. Wow. Have you guys ever read The Great Divorce? Okay. I haven't read it seriously in so long. It's at the top of my list of to read soon because I quote it. I don't quote it. I reference it all the time. So tell me if I'm off. But my memory is like the very gist of it is that for the people who cannot get off the bus, all of their life has always been hell. The most beautiful, sacred moments are garbage. And for those who are able to step into the light and step into the truth, everything they have ever been asked to face is joy, because they know it was required to get them there. So I feel so strongly that every single scar I have is the scaffolding for the wings I am growing. I have to have them. They give me my power. They give me my structure. Maybe my scars are my plant cell walls.
Yeah. Because scars are not very pliable.
No, they definitely are not.
No,
No,
they
they are
don't stretch.
rigid.
Yes.
They are rigid, but I do need some rigidity in the wings.
I just have to say this. I just so love you.
Love you, man.
One of the many things that I experienced when I'm with you is just that richness and that bigness. And what I think is beautiful, and I'm encouraging you to keep it, although I'm sure it's scary, is for those that love you and look at you to still try to be vulnerable.
I am ready with open arms, 100%. So yes to showing vulnerability. Yes to showing power. Yes to showing forgiveness. Yes to showing failure. Like, if I can just be real for my kids, then I feel like I'm doing a really good job. If my center is love, which it is, it is my central motivation for all things that I am consciously doing.
Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Running Ahrens. We truly love having these conversations and sharing them with all of you.
If something resonated with you today, we'd be so grateful if you'd rate and review the show. It helps more people find us.
And if you know someone who'd connect with this episode, send it their way. You never know who might just need to hear it.
We'd also love to hear from you, your feedback, your stories, or even topics you'd like us to tackle next.
You can connect with us on our personal socials, the show's Facebook page, or through the website, runningahrens.today. And links are always in the show notes.
Until next time, keep showing up, stay kind, and remember,
life's the long run, and the best way forward is together.